10 Dark and Gritty Nicolas Cage Movies. Nicolas Cage's career spans 40-plus years and 120 performances, with a trajectory like no other, full of reaching highs and plummeting lows. He was an Academy Award winner who has also done some direct-to-streaming weaker films, a surprising actor with a bad taste for action films, and a one-of-a-kind performer, for good and bad. The actor started his career in comedies and romantic stories before becoming much more brooding in the 90s, and even having an action hero career for a short stint. The 21st century has been strange for him, being able to play lead characters in critics' favorites like Adaptation, while also working in films that haven't been released in cinemas. What's for sure is that some of his best performances have come in crime stories, thrillers, and horror films. Here are 10 dark and gritty Nicolas Cage movies. 10. Bringing Out the Dead, 1999. Bringing the team that made Taxi Driver back together, Bringing Out the Dead, is directed by Martin Scorsese, with a script by Paul Schrader. This movie is about depressed paramedic Frank Cage, who is hallucinating patients he couldn't save, while explaining what happens to him in 3 very stressful consecutive shifts. 9. Lord of War, 2005. A surprising look into the illegal world of weapons trading, Lord of War tells the story of Yuri Orlov, Cage, one of the biggest arms dealers in the world, and the consequences of trading in this world, where you're selling people the arms they could kill you with. 8. Red Rock West, 1993. A neo-noir thriller directed by John Dahl, Rounders, Red Rock West is all about Michael Cage, a drifter, who, when he arrives in Red Rock, Wyoming, gets confused for a hitman and accepts the big sum of money in front of him to carry out the hit, but instead, warns the woman who he should have killed, Suzanne, Lara Flynn Boyle. The problem comes when the real hitman, Lyle from Dallas, Dennis Hopper, finds him. 7. 8mm, 1999. A private investigator named Tom Wells, Cage, gets a new case. A widow has found a 8mm movie of what looks like a real murder of a girl in her dead husband's safe. To know what really happened, he'll investigate whether snuff films exist and who makes them, discovering some crude realities of what transpires in Hollywood when nobody is looking. 6. Pig, 2021. Pig starts like a pseudo-John Wick story before becoming something very different. Rob Cage lives in the Oregon forest, hunting for truffles with his beloved pig. One night, a group of assailants kidnaps his pig, and he must go to Portland to recover her, and also deal with his own past. 5. Bad Lieutenant, Port of Call, New Orleans, 2009. Terrence McDonough, Cage, is a drug-addicted, corrupt police lieutenant in New Orleans who must solve an investigation about some murders happening in the city. The cop is a mess. Not only is he a drug addict, painkillers, with many family problems, but he also has to deal with a corrupt criminal justice system that doesn't care if he succeeds. 4. Snake Eyes, 1998. Snake Eyes is a thriller with incredible direction by Brian De Palma, where corrupt detective Rick Santoro, Cage, finds himself in a conspiracy after someone kills a U.S. cabinet member during a boxing match. He'll try to discover who killed him, even if that might put him in danger. 3. Wild at Heart, 1990. Based on the novel of the same name by Barry Guilford, this David Lynch film tells the story of Sailor, Cage, and Lula, Laura Dern, lovers on the run to California after Sailor has been released from jail. Even if they don't know that leaving is a good idea at first, as Lula's mom, Diane Ladd, has hired some men to kill Sailor. 2. Mandy, 2018. Red, Cage, and Mandy, Andrea Riseborough, live a peaceful life in the 1980s when a cult finds them and murders Mandy in front of Red. From then on, Red's only mission in life will be revenge, and he'll do anything necessary to end the cult's lives, including their leader, Jeremiah Sand, Linus Roach. 1. Leaving Las Vegas, 1995. Based on John O'Brien's semi-biographical novel, Leaving Las Vegas tells the story of Ben Cage, an alcoholic screenwriter who has decided to go to Las Vegas and drink himself to death. There, he meets Sarah, Elizabeth Shue, a sex worker with whom he forms a surprising bond, even though he tells her booze will always come first.